Hi, welcome everyone. Let's see if we have other people. Hi. Let's see, we should have 4 people. Let's see. Maybe I should. Let's wait a little bit. Hello, Zrika, Hakan. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, can you hear me? Let's see. We have 3 people. I'm fine, thanks, Zrika. How is it going? I'm trying to set up things because I need to understand how it works, because this time I'll also share my screen. I'd like to, and I have just one monitor, so I need to perfect. Yeah, okay, how are you? So this is my very first live about Docker. Perfect. Hi, Jove. Okay, I think I'll wait like 5 minutes. I'll talk about what I want to do. I don't have a special plan, and I'm also on a Windows machine, which is kind of strange for me for doing Docker. But let's see, because I've all set up here with the lights, the microphones. So let's try dealing with this way. You can make me any question. I'll wait maybe 5 minutes, then I'll start. I'd like to make maybe a live introduction to Docker. We can create some container, also maybe with something with Docker files. Okay, hi, let me show this. For now, I use StreamYard, which I like for the interviews, but in my opinion, is not the best one to just stream your screen. Also, I'd like to hear from you if you can actually see the screen well or not. The resolution is fine. I don't know if you prefer this one. Maybe we can go with this one. No, this is just a webcam. This is a very cheap webcam. Maybe I have a decent lighting, but it's a $49 webcam. It's not a DSLR. I've used that in the past, but for now I'll use this. Then let's see. Yeah, we have 5 people. So, as I said, in 2021, I'd like to dedicate 1 day per technology. This is not a strict rule for me, of course. This is maybe for the people who are following me, and also for me when I wake up in the morning and say, okay, today I'll talk about Docker. For example, tomorrow I'll try Tailwind CSS, and I'll post something on Twitter. I'm not going to make 1 video per day, of course, for now. But for example, on Docker, maybe because, for example, for now I do live streaming on Wednesday. Maybe we can also do this on a regular basis if we have some people watching this. And let's see. So yeah, I'm also trying some things on StreamYard. Let's see. Okay, I think I'll wait other 5 minutes, then we can start. I'd like to need for you, what's your level? Okay, so what's your level with Docker? Let's see. No. Can you tell me if is the keyboard annoying or not? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, is the keyboard annoying or not? Let's see. 4 people. Yeah, this is a suggestion. Maybe I'll try this in the future. Yeah, I know that. Maybe I've seen something also like Streamlabs. I'm also planning to do some coding lives with Stefan Natter on next Tuesday, I think. So stay tuned for that. Okay, the keyboard is not annoying. This is one of the things that I'd like to to know. Yeah, so if you have any question before we start, we can drop it now. Thank you, Jai. Thank you for this. Yeah, let's see if it works. Can you see the... Is the resolution okay? Nice. Perfect. This is also good for me because so if you don't understand something, I can explain very basic thing. We will go super basic today because also this is also for me to understand how it works. For example, I already see that I should need another monitor because I have the question on this monitor and I just show the Visual Studio code on the other one. Resolution is fine, pretty much, very visible. Okay, so I think that we are ready. Yeah, so I think that if you are here, you'd like to know more about Docker. I suppose that I started learning Docker like 3 years ago, and I've done some courses and I've used that also in production. So let's see if I can give something to you. Yeah, hi Pram, hi there. So let's see if you can see this. First of all, to use Docker, why you should use that? Well, because we have our application and we need to deploy our application somewhere. And we have had virtual machines for many years, and we still use virtual machines, for example, for work, for some use cases. But for example, in my opinion, for very simple application, you can learn how containerization works. Okay, sometimes people they tend to misconcept Docker and containerization, which are two different concepts. Yeah, because Docker is a whole platform. It's not just a program that you install. Okay, what you install, for example, on Windows machine and also on Mac machine is Docker Desktop, which is a version of the Docker engine inside a virtual machine. For example, now I have installed that. I am on Windows now. I don't know if you have also Docker installed. You can try also this with me. Let's see. So basically, to check if you... Okay, I think we can start. Hi, Igor. Yeah, we have 5 people. Hi, Igor. Yeah, keep you calling Igor. Sorry for that. Okay, so let's try. Let's try with something very simple. So to see if we have Docker installed on our machine, I have a video about that to install, for example, on Windows, and this is almost the same on Mac. We can usually I do this, I do Docker version. And with Docker version, we have two things. The first thing is that if it works, if it gives an output, Docker is already installed and running on our machine. And here we can check, the architecture, some informations about that, the version, the commit. This is good to start. We are on Windows now, and that's it. So if we want to, hi Ashwin, let's see. Thank you. So if you want to know other details, let's see, Docker info. Docker info is a command to check some basic information about the Docker version installed on our machine. For example, here we can see that we have 0 containers running, 0 container post stopped, the images. So we have nothing running because I've cleaned it up before the live stream, of course. The CPU dedicated. I have a new PC now. And so by using these two commands, we can understand that Docker is working on our machine. Okay, so another important thing that I also say in one of my old videos is if you want to check the commands that you can actually use, you can just type Docker, and here you have this output. You have these options. You see management commands and commands. Let's talk about the difference between commands and management commands. The commands is the old format. For example, maybe on internet you can have seen the Docker run, Docker logs. So a lot of commands are just Docker, a command, and then the options. After a while, the people on Docker, they see that was kind of confusing. So now we have a management command. So you can use Docker, the management command, and then the command. Let's try, for example, we can try, let's list the containers, for example. We can do in the old style, Docker PS, for example. And of course, this is empty. So here we are listing the containers. I don't know why is PS actually, but with the new format, we can do Docker container ls. So we are doing nothing here. It's just to understand that this is the new format and this is the old format. So here we have Docker, the management command, and the list of containers, for example. And we have similar things for the images. It should be Docker images. It is empty. Docker image ls. Sometimes okay, so this is the new format, this is the old format. Okay, so this is the difference. Let's see if we have some question. I'm not that good at live streaming, so sometimes I'll check the question and I'll try to answer to them all. Let's see. Okay, we have nothing about that. So okay, so this is basically the difference between management commands and just commands. Okay, sometimes I mix them a little bit because management commands sometimes a little bit longer to type. I'll try to do the new format, but sometimes when I don't think, I just go on the fastest way. For example, here we see that we have Docker container ls. With Docker PS, sometimes it's faster. yeah, okay, process status. Okay, so what's the approach? What's the approach that I'd like to do? This is interesting because, for example, maybe you have seen some tutorials, some videos, and you don't understand what's basically the difference. Okay, maybe I have a video about that. You can check that when I explain also with something good, with some graphic about that. I can do that live now, but you can also check that. That's great. So I'd like to start. Also, another thing, important thing, I want to say this from the beginning, the -- help. This is very important. For example, if you want to know the commands about the, for example, container, you can do like this. So if you do Docker container -- help, this is basically works for almost anything, images, networks. We'll talk about that in the future. You can see the commands that you can actually do. I'm not gonna read them all, but for example, now we are gonna use this Docker container run a command in a new container. Okay, so this is what we are gonna try now. Let's see. So first of all, let's try to run a container. So let's start from the container, and then maybe if we have time, we'll create some image. I don't know if we have time today, but let's try by running something. Let's see something running. Okay, so let's see. Type. Then we can talk about this. Okay, so here we have this command. I'm using the new format, Docker container run. This is an image, which is basically, you can think about an image as like a bundle, a file from where you start a container. A container is an instance of an image. You can think about that. Like an image is a class and a container is an instance of that image. And you can run multiple containers on the same image, of course. And this -- publish, which can also be shortened in the -p, it exposes the port, the external port and the internal port on our machine. Let's see what happens when we run this command. This is interesting because if we understand this, then it will be easier. I don't know what's happening here. Do you see? Here is unable to find image. So it seems that he tried to use some image locally that we don't have. So what happened here? Basically, there is something that is called Docker Hub. Docker Hub is like a GitHub for Docker images. So basically, there are a lot of images stored there. And when I try to run a container based on an image, the first thing that the Docker engine does is that it tries to use an image on our machine. If it doesn't find an image on our machine, it tries to fetch from Docker Hub that image. And in this case, he have found this Nginx image. We have also some tags. For example, we have uses here. We have not used tags here. There's a tag version. Close this. And so here we have launched this Nginx instance. I don't know if I can try to check this. For example, this is a little bit annoying. Let's see if I can share. Okay, I have this. For example, I need to understand here. Okay, so I need to, for example, I need to understand how I can switch fast between screens. So for now, I'll do like this. Sorry for that, but let's see. So here, basically, we have this Nginx instance on our machine. Let's stop it. Let's also this is not the best thing to do. Let's go back here. Okay. Good people. Yeah. Okay. So here we have this. What can we try to do? Okay. Now, for example, there is a difference because, for example, if I try to do Control-C on a Mac or a Linux machine, in this case, it should stop the container. So let's check this. RLS. As you can see, here I'm listing all the containers, and now here I can see that this is still running. This is because we are on Windows. Because in Windows, if you do Control-C, you don't stop the container. Let's see other things that I can talk about. The name of the container. For example, here you can see that we have this interesting Shirley, because basically every container has a name, but if you don't specify a name, it assigns some random names on some computer scientists or hackers, and also with an adjective here. Also, another very important thing is the ID of the container here. For example, if we have 411 created, also the status, this means that this is still running. And here we have the port exposed. So let's try to create another container. Always on the Nginx, but this time we will say use just one. Let's see. We will choose the short version. Let's see what happened. Let's see if we do like this. Okay, for example, here. Yeah, for example, here I have a problem because it says that the driver failed. Basically, the port is already allocated. So in this case, I'm trying to use the same port for another container. So in this case, I should switch port. But in this case, I'll do something different. So I will stop and then delete the container. We can do like this: docker container stop, or just docker stop if you want. And here we can use the name of the container, or just the first letters of the ID. See? Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Another important thing, because sometimes we don't see the container if they are just stopped. To see all the containers, and if they are stopped, we can use this command, docker container ls-a, or if we want to use the short version, it's like this, ps-a. Okay, so if you want to remove the container, we can do, let's see, let's try with this. Let's see if we can check the command. Docker container --help. To remove a container, we can use this command, rm, and you can see that here we can remove one or more containers. So let's try this. Let's do this again, and you see that we have two containers here. So let's try to remove those. Docker container rm 78 and 41. Let's see. Okay, and here you can see that we have deleted both containers. If you want to avoid to just stop a container and then remove the container, there is also this shortcut. We will see this, but this is rm-f, which stands for force. Okay, let's see if we can do something else. Okay, run. So basically, this is to show how, for example, we can run a container even if we have never created an image. Okay, so now we can try, if there are no questions about that, we can see how we can actually create an image. Okay, and to do this, we will use a node. We will create a node application, then we will containerize with Docker. Let's try to do this. If there is any question. So let's see. So we will use Express. We will create another application. We will try if it just works, and then we will containerize it with Docker. So let's see. Oh, here we can do npm init. Yeah, here we can initialize another application. Perfect. Then we can also install Express, which is a framework to create backend application. Okay, and here we have just a basic node application. Now, for example, I can I can create index.js. I think that I'll copy the code from here. Let's see. Okay, so here we have this very super basic Node application. Okay, this is the hello world of Node, so there's nothing. This should be nothing strange here. And sorry for that. We can try to just run this without Docker. So we can try to do node index.js. And let's see if it works. Stop share. It's not the best thing in the world. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, let me share the screen. It should be like this one. Okay, so basically, let's see. So basically what I've done, I've just created a node hello world. Here we have no Docker here. We are just creating an hello world with Node Express. I've copied the hello world from the official images, and that's it. So, okay, let's answer to this question. Then I'll an image runs inside a container. No. Wait. Okay. If you're talking about the same image, so Docker image is like a class, so it's something that you use to create a container. So basically, a container has another layer on the top of an image. You can think about an image like some .iso file. So it's just something static, and on that image we can see. I'll show you the. Let's see, Docker images. For example, here we have this image on Nginx. It's been created from an Nginx team. This is the sides. This is a file that we have downloaded from Docker Hub. On Docker Hub, we have a lot of images. Maybe we can show them later if you want. And based on an image, you run a container based on an image. Okay? I don't know if I've answered it to you. Okay, so let's share the screen again. Maybe I need another. Okay, so here we have just created a Node application. Now let's do something interesting with Docker, of course. Okay, so how do we containerize an application? It's very easy, because you can create in the same folder. There could be maybe a better structure, but let's try with this like this. Another thing before I go on, I have installed an extension for VS Code, which is I think the official Docker one. Yeah, it should be something like that. So, for example, now I can see these. I have also some highlights on this file. So this is why I'm also getting this icon here. In here, we can, in the Docker file is a very simple text file, but it's very powerful, because we can define how can we containerize this application. So, for example, we can use here. First of all, there is in a Docker file, you have some keywords and some arguments. If you have also the extension, you can also go here. He also gives the definition, so we can set the base image. So the base image from when you start from. And here, here we have, for example, we want to do this from node 11. I don't know why, but I've chosen 11, but okay, maybe it does. So hold. Then another thing, dash resource up. What's our work there? Let's check for this. Yeah, basically we can. It's like doing like a CD or of a folder. So we are using this working directory inside the container. And we also have created this folder. So now what we need to do? We can do something like this. Let me copy this. Okay, because basically we don't want to copy these node modules in our image, because we just want to start from the package.json and then install the dependencies again. So this is why I'm doing this, and this asterisk is because with this command, we can basically also copy the package.lock.json if there is one. Otherwise, it silently fails. So this is useful. It's a nice shortcut, this one. Okay, now we can do this. Yeah, this could be improved because we could clean the cache here, but here at least we have a command that we can understand. Yeah, and then we can do this, which is basically here we are saying copy all we have inside here inside the image. This is I'm doing this on purpose, but this is wrong done like this because we are copying this node modules folder, for example, in this case, which is not the best thing. Another thing we can do is the expose command. We can expose the, I don't know if we have the 300 here. Let's expose the 300. Here we are exposing, sorry, a port. And the last is a command. So here we can do node name. Okay. And here we have this command. This is a command which it's used, it's used to execute the container. So for example, here we do basically what I've done before on the command line. Okay, so in here we should do always node index. We should use node here and not npm, for example. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So this should be our Docker file. And now we should build the image starting from this Docker file. So let's see if I can do this. Docker. Okay, let's do like this. Docker build. Here we can add a tag, which is just a label for the image. Let's call this I don't know, node live 1. And here we also can put a dot in the end. So here we can do Docker build. This is the tag, and we can say do this in this folder. Let's see if it works. And for example, now we what is doing Docker here? Here Docker is downloading the node image because it needs that to build our image. So as we did before in the Docker run. Let's see. I don't know if you have other questions. Okay. Well, the time flies on these slides, really. Yeah. So first of all, I would like to. Okay, we don't have. Okay. If we do Docker images. Okay, let me. Okay. Okay, can you see here that here now, this is interesting because here we have now 3 images and we have the Nginx one, the Node 11 one that it has downloaded it because we have defined this from in our Docker file, and we have this. This is our image. The Node Live one is an image created by us, and now we can use this. We can also push this image on Docker Hub, and another person could download this, for example. So now let's try to run the same node application, but from our image. So this is node live 1 container. Let's publish like this. Okay, here we can do node live 1. Okay, it should work. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it's working. And then I can try something. Yeah. Instead of just switching the window, I can do a curl. Yeah. So you can check this inside the terminal, because I'm lazy. I don't want to switch the. I don't want to switch the. the. Hi, Igor. Yeah, this is my very first one, but I'm also working on something else, because I really don't know if Docker can be actually taught like this, like if you were my friend sitting close near to me. Maybe a video is better for this style, but I'll do this anyway because I like Docker. Yeah, so basically, okay, so now we have this. So this is interesting because now we have this image and we can try to publish this image. I want to say push, I'm sorry. We can try, let's see. On Docker Hub, I want to show you something. Let me stop here. Okay, if you have any question, you can do this. Let's see. Docker Hub. Oh, it's I was planning to do this like for half an hour. I've already failed to do this. But sometimes it's hard to do this very fast. Share. I don't know if you, okay, maybe now you can see this. You can see Docker Hub that I've talked about. So this is something, for example. Okay. So for example, now, yeah, let's say like this. For example, I have this on Docker Hub, and I could try, for example, to create another repository. I'll create this. I'll talk this Docker Live node. So now I'm creating a public repository on Docker Hub. Let's create this. So here, this is a repository on Docker Hub. Now here, I can't push this image because to actually push this image, I should rename this. And to rename an image, for example, and now I want to rename this node live to something that I can push. You can see that, okay. Tag. Let me share the screen. Otherwise, share the screen. Yeah. So at least you can see what I'm actually doing here. So here you can see that I have this node live 1 image and I want to rename it. So it's very easy. Node live 1, and I can call this like this. The name was Docker Live Node. Docker Live Node. And we can also give a version, for example. So as you can see now here we still have this Node Live 1 image, but we also have this Francesco XX Docker Live Node. Now what can we do? We can try to push this image on Docker Hub. So you can even download it if you want. Docker push Live Node. The tag does not exist, right? Because for example, here I have not chosen the right version. Yeah. Now I am pushing this image on Docker Hub, and this image is public, so you can even download is it's just a node, a basic node application, but it's to understand the process, of course. So now I want to try the last thing that then. First of all, I want to delete our image. Docker image rm. We can. I don't know if I can do this. Yeah, I can do this because. Docker rm chef 1. Okay, let's try to delete that. Okay. Okay. So now I don't have this image on my system anymore, and I'll try to launch it again. But before, no, let's do this now. Let's try. Okay, dash name test. Let's publish 3000. The name was Francesco X6 Docker live node. Let's see if it works. Doesn't find the image. It's pulling this from. It should work. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, if you want to try this command, I can try to do this. For example, if you want to try now this command on your machine, if you have Docker installed, it should launch this node application on your machine. If any of you has Docker installed, if he or she want to try this, you can confirm that this is working on your machine in this case. This is basically nothing really complicated. It's just an Hello World node application. We are here to understand the process of how to create an image. I've pushed the image on Docker Hub. And so I don't know if you can try this now, but otherwise I'll try to send this. Okay, Igor. Yeah, it should. I can say that this should work. If you have actually the login on Docker Hub, it should work. I don't know if you have this, but I think that this is public, so you should have access anyway. I'm doing this live. Sorry, but this live was not really prepared. I'm just showing what I know. And of course, I'd like to hear from you if you want me to do something specific. For example, I'm thinking about just going forward on Node, or do you want me to containerize, for example, a Python application or a PHP application? But once you get the idea, basically, it's almost the same. Perfect, Igor. Yeah, I like this. I was almost sure that it was working because this is just a Node application word. This is interesting because, for example, if you have something a little bit better than my application, you can share this with all your friends. You can also, for example, work on the same application on different machines. In my opinion, this is a very powerful technology. So, yeah. I'm happy about that. I was pretty sure that this would not have worked on my very first live stream. Thank you, Igor, for testing this. So now I think that I don't know if I'll use this live stream, maybe create a smaller video, because we have done a few things, but still there are a lot of concepts we have not touched. For example, Docker Compose, other things, orchestration, of course. But in my opinion, we should start from the basic, understand how we can use this on our development environment. Yeah, yeah, and of course, if we have a lot more people that want to watch this, maybe this is not the perfect format, because maybe in the future we could have maybe more people. I don't know. I would like to make this maybe more interactive, maybe invite someone else. Yeah. So thank you everyone for coming. This has been really very interesting for me, because, for example, I really want to do a lot of Docker during this 2021. I'm really happy to have done this first live stream. I was a little bit nervous in the beginning, but yeah, once I started to see some people in chat. So, for example, also if you have some technology that you want to show, even if you start with something very easy, because, for example, I can say that by explaining something is different than just doing that. For example, for me, trying to explain to you while I do this is not that easy. So I hope that you have had watched something interesting. And yeah, so thank you. And also, let me share. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. I don't have a strict time for this. So for now, I'm finished. I'll wait other 2 minutes if you have any question. Otherwise, I leave. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Yeah, this has been really great. Let me take a screenshot. Yeah. Igor, you will be in my Twitter post. So thank you, everyone. This has been really interesting. I thought that this would have been maybe easier, but instead I had some things that I had to fix on live. So thank you, everyone, for coming. Yeah, I don't know if you want. Yeah, and also also today I'll interview one of the best Docker captain in the world, which is Brett Fisher. I'm really happy about that. You will see that interview very soon. Other things that I can say to you. Tomorrow I'll try Tailwind CSS. I don't know if I'll make some video about that, but I don't think so. I'll just start with something on Twitter. And another thing, on the 12th, on Tuesday, I'll have a live stream coding with Stefan Natter. We start from zero, so we start with another application. I'll create this again. Maybe you can add something else. We are working on this. This can be something interesting for you, because but I think we'll announce this on next Tuesday, so stay tuned. I'm working on the thumbnail. Yeah, so that's it for today. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, I've never used Tailwind in my life, so I'm thinking about if I want to just, I don't know, maybe just record myself, or maybe not, or maybe just watch this and I'll publish some tweet about that. But I've seen so many people that are really interested into that. Another thing that I also would like to say you, because you are still watching, I'm also looking for collaborations for this year, because I honestly think that collaborations is also the best way also to grow your YouTube channel. So, for example, if you have something that you want to propose to me, I've published something that I'll do every day. So, for example, if you want to collaborate on Tailwind, on React on Monday, you can send a message to me. We can do something together. I'll be happy about that. Yeah, that's it. So thank you, everyone, for coming. Yeah, we are closing now. Bye-bye.